Hi everybody, I hope that you're doing well. We are here with a general collective tarot reading. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. So I'm seeing something big come up for you. What's going on is that you are recognizing something that you hadn't understood before, something that hadn't been like revealed to you, or maybe something that you hadn't been ready to see. I'm seeing this be something significant that's connected with your path, and it may be coming up in terms of by way of friction for you. And so even though it can be something frustrating, like I wish the message was delivered in another way, or like I wish that this was something more smooth or whatever it is, it's kind of like a resistance or a friction or a conflict that you're feeling that's really going to reveal something big to you. Can be connected with your purpose, connected with your direction, things like that. It seems like it's helping you to really find your footing on the path. But yeah, it could be an uncomfortable feeling. But it's something that's going to motivate you. I'm seeing this be like a square energy where something needs to be addressed. It needs to be worked out. You can't really ignore it anymore. We have the Five of Swords. Okay, all of these cards are coming out sideways, except for the Two of Swords. There's a clear, apparent choice that needs to be made. We need to get on doing this. Something is going even like sideways with somebody. To have this coming out in the way that it did, it seems like you could have had some sort of experience with someone that started off in a way that had been undesirable. Maybe somebody was closed off. There's a lack of, like, we're in this together and let's work on this together, and you may have been feeling like the energy was very opposite from that with this person, but I am seeing that things are beginning to turn around, because the Five of Swords is, like, on its way to being reversed. And so this can mean somebody like really having a change in heart. This can also be you having a change in heart. Like you could have been really, it's not only about being upset or bothered by something, but it's more so like you could have been experiencing, let's just say that this is you and energies can be reversed, okay? Get that out of the way. Something with you and another person, okay? This is a close interpersonal relationship, or somebody that you felt this sense of, it's you and I. In some way, regardless of what the label was or wasn't with you and this person, it's somebody that you felt a very particular type of connection with them, and it felt significant to you, okay? So there's that. So it's all framed in connection with the relationship. You may have been experiencing like feelings of jealousy or like resentment, things like that, towards this person. This would have been coming from a space of, let's just use an example. How about this? You connect with somebody and you really like them and you wanted things to be romantic between the two of you and things didn't work out, okay? And then you see like pictures of them with a partner or something like that, and it's like these feelings start coming up of like anger or resentment or jealousy, or like that should have been me, or whatever this was, or like I hope they break up, you know, just those things that come in and come out and all of that. But because I'm seeing this kind of tipping upside down, it's like whatever this was that you were feeling, where you were seeing this person as object rather than subject, rather than you being like, okay, like all of us are one, like if this is a win for that person, it's also a win for me. It's like now there's this cracking open that's happening where, and this is a really key part to this, there's nothing to feel ashamed of when it comes to these feelings. They're popping up for a reason. If you're resisting that and being like, no, I'm not mad, or no, I don't feel like that, and you're trying to bypass your feelings, you're never going to work through this. This is how you transcend it, by actually working with the energy. This is shadow work that you're doing. And so because this has been recognized, like, yeah, I really was feeling like that, it gives you the opportunity to actually see what's going on in there. It's like lifting up the hood of the car, so to speak. And so I'm seeing that you recognize like why you were feeling like that and where that's coming from. And this is allowing you to heal. It's allowing you to open up your heart. But it really took you recognizing how it was that you were feeling rather than pushing it away. Or even being in a space of like feeling shameful, you know, because of what you were feeling. Because you could be in a spot where you're like, I have love for everybody, and it's really bothering me that these particular feelings of like jealousy or competition and stuff like that is popping up for me. It's human nature. So you're in a spot where you're more so like witnessing these things that are popping up for you, and rather than casting away this part of you that's coming up, that's again very part of your human nature. This is like evolutionary psychology of like competition and these things that naturally pop up for us. And you, rather than being like, oh, because I have that thought, I'm either identified with it or I push it so far away, I pretend it's not even happening. You're in a space where you're like, okay, I see that this is popping up. I'm not identifying with it, and so I'm not saying I'm good or I'm bad or I'm whatever for like experiencing this feeling or these thoughts that I'm experiencing. I'm just witnessing it and being like, okay, I see it for what it is. I understand why it's coming up. And then it gives you the opportunity to kind of like connect your higher self with this thing that's happening, which allows you to then transmute the energy. I'm seeing a decision that needs to be made, or you even getting to a place where you feel like there is this cracking open, because the Three of Swords was also coming out in that same way where it was like turning to be reversed. And this is like alleviating pressure. It's opening up the heart channels, clearing that energy in the heart space, and allowing you to feel like love and appreciation for this person, towards this person. And to be more in a space of acceptance as well. I'm seeing this feel very significant for you. Maybe this was something that you've been dealing with and like weren't really sure the best way to go about handling this experience that you were having. I will say this too, like especially for those of you that see yourself kind of as being in an energy where like there is a lot of kindness and love towards other people, and like you do want the best for them. It can be really difficult when we experience these heavy feelings that feel very different from what we normally feel when we're not triggered. And so like having these things pop up can feel very triggering, and there's this whole process we go through of like, am I bad for thinking that, or like whatever it is for you specifically that you go through, where it's like, maybe I'm not doing the work if this is coming up, and like all of that stuff where you may feel like insecure because of an experience that you're having, and you're judging it and you're clinging to it and identifying with it, and it's just this whole thing that you're moving through, the human experience that you're having. But yeah, maybe you really just felt like this was bringing you down in a big way. I'm hearing real talk. Yeah. Dealing with the hard emotions and thoughts. I do again get this sense of you feeling like this thing popping up feels like uncharacteristic for you. And so because it's like foreign in that way, it may have been more difficult for you to like know really how to maneuver through that situation. But it does feel like a cleaning, a cleansing, a clearing that's happening for you in the heart space. Okay, we're actually going to put these back. Yeah, I'm seeing this be like a deep subconscious thing. Getting stuff with the moon energy, connecting with Pisces. For some of you, this is like somebody that you met a while ago, or just somebody generally from your past. But I am seeing they definitely like left quite an impression on you, we can say. Definitely could have had something Neptunian going on with this person too. I'm seeing a lot of Pisces energy. But I get to that you wanted to make peace with this situation as well. Okay. Things may still feel painful between you and this person, too. I'm looking at the Ten of Swords. This is, like, usually something that, in some ways, it felt inevitable. That doesn't make it less painful. Okay, I'm getting that, like, why this ending hurts more than anything is because you almost feel like something was very, like, lively. You know, there can be, like, different endings that we go through. Sometimes we go through an ending and it was like things were really withering anyway, and so I understand why it needed to come to an end because it didn't really have any life in it anymore. With this thing here, like, I'm seeing how green the grass looks in this. You may have felt like there was still, like, a lot of life, a lot of potential within the connection, and that's why this hurt so much, because it's like, why are we killing this when it still has so much life to it, when there's so much, like, passion, potential, all of that. It reminds me of a situation when, like, you go through a breakup with somebody and it feels so painful. Again, like, whatever it was that was your relationship with this person, whatever you did or didn't label it as, it's about the connection. You know, when you go through a breakup with somebody and you're breaking up for reasons other than, like, love, where it's like you still love the person but you're breaking up for other reasons, it can feel like such a wrong situation, because it's like, if we love each other, why are we still breaking up, you know, something like that. And that's kind of what this feels like there's still this, like, life, there's still this potential within the connection, and then still we're having an ending, we're going through an ending. There was, like, a lack of reciprocity, or, like, something was not fully mutual, it seems. Somebody may not have been, like, wanting to be maybe, like, as serious. I'm hearing the word committed very strongly. So yeah, one person would have more so been in a space of being like, yeah, I will commit to this and all of that, and the other person was not so much in that space. Action-wise, like, how each party was showing up. I am seeing there be a desire, something about a message, or, like, sharing communication between the two of you. There's a very strong desire for stability, for security, to build that. So we go from, like, a very dramatic curtain close to then popping out in an energy of wants and desires. I will say this too, for some of you, there could have been an issue within your dynamic with this person because, like, you wanted one thing and this person may have wanted other things. And for some of you, it was connected with earth energy. Like, this person may be fixated. This can be, like, a fixation on, like, money and resources and things like that. Even, like, somebody wanting to live lavishly, that could have been, like, part of an issue between the two of you. That just feels like a side note. But yeah, there could have been some sort of difference with, like, resources and things like that, and how you guys wanted to live, or, like, even what was available and stuff like that. Like, somebody may have been even more preoccupied with things that are connected with earthly stuff. And you may have been looking for more so like an emotional security type of situation. Or those energies can be reversed. So after going through this thing that really felt like a head trip, you're in a space where you really desire, in many ways, like simplicity and stability. But something real and something that has a sense of depth to it. Simplicity meaning like it doesn't need to be so complicated as it was before. And it seems like by going after the type of stability and creating goals for yourself, that is what you're going to accomplish. Going after the Ten of Pentacles is like wanting to build things up around you, wanting to create the type of stability that you want. It can be like achieving goals, stuff like that, becoming more goal-oriented. It can also just be like creating consistency within your life too, where you feel like you have what you want and you have what you need. You may be dreaming bigger too. The Nine of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. Creating stability for yourself emotionally. I'm seeing the Queen of Cups come through and be definitely of assistance to you. For some of you, this is you tapping into your Queen of Cups energy. For others of you, this is actually a Queen of Cups that is entering the scene that you are connecting with. I'm looking at Sag and Aquarius on the bottom of the deck. Connecting with your Queen of Cups energy, if this is you. Okay, so there's definitely like a split and a break with whoever this was that you had the ending with. Stepping into your Queen of Cups energy is your water energy. Water energy is about healing. It's a very soothing energy. It's very receptive, very intuitive, very creative, things like that. And so it's really getting into the depths of all of those things for you within your life, and like keeping your heart open. It's a very sensitive, sensual type of energy. And one that is connected with self and especially like emotional intelligence and needs and stuff like that. Being connected with your feelings and open to them. So you are prioritizing this recharging that is currently happening. Focusing on optimism, happiness. I'm seeing you go in a very positive direction. Looking very motivated as well. It seems like there's also a lot that you're realizing at this time. Things that you needed to know about past cycles, potentially about this past person. There are definitely things that you're running through with the past, but I'm seeing there be a separation. Like you may not be actively participating with these people, but you're actively participating in like memories and thoughts and things like that. Because I am seeing you look a little bit more solitary right now in this stage. But there are things that you're thinking about that are connected with like past experiences that you've had. Things that are making sense to you now. Like there's a purpose as to why you're kind of swimming back in those memories. And those connections I'm hearing. There's some strong Cancer energy popping out. I'm also looking at Pluto and the Sun. Yeah, for some of you, there is somebody that you're going to be working with. So if the Queen of Cups is somebody outside of yourself that you're working with, this can be somebody that is known for being intuitive. They can be somebody with psychic abilities. They can be a healer of any type, especially like emotionally and energetically. They'd be bridging the gap for you, and definitely could have like insight that would be helpful to you as well. Like this person would be very soothing, a calming energy, somebody that is very absorbent. And somebody that would inspire you to, could potentially like unblock things for you to help you with the flow with this feminine water energy. Okay. So the ending has happened. You're in a space where you're sort of recovering from this. You are getting back connected with what it is that you want. So this seems like a reevaluation of like desires and things like that, of like what's motivating you and what's calling to you, and what would be fulfilling to move towards all of that. And I'm also seeing you balancing your stability at the same time. So you could be balancing like finances, resources, responsibilities within the 3D, stuff that is like tactile and physical for you. And maybe it seems like creating goals in the 3D that you're going to be moving towards. So things are becoming more tangible. So this is kind of like conjuring up these dreams and these desires that you have, these things energetically that are motivating you, emotionally that are motivating you, and then being like, this is how I'm going to go after that. So it's like pragmatically, what are you going to do to move in that direction? And that becoming more apparent to you. And I'm also seeing that there's help that comes through to you, either through like channeling the Queen of Cups energy, or there's somebody that's actually popping up. This is somebody you're familiar with. This is somebody you know. You have like a deep familiarity with this person, helping you see through the lens of the Queen of Cups energy and figure out how to really work through this in the most effective and efficient way for yourself. I am seeing the Three of Pentacles can definitely, absolutely be somebody that you're working with, somebody that you're collaborating with, helping you through a change. They're helping you facilitate a change and helping you create a more durable and lasting flame that is moving through you. Okay. I don't want to get too far on the other side of this. We are looking at, I'm hearing oceans. We are looking at the Sun, Pluto, and Cancer. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.